Hi my friends, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this look right here. I bought pink lemonade at the store earlier today and got inspired to make my face look like pink lemonade because it's cute. So if you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so my eyebrows are already on, so I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with some of the Kat Von D concealer in L1 Neutral. And now I'm going to set that with the shade Vintage from the Tarteist Pro palette. Okay, so for the majority of this look, I'm going to be using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to start off with this shade right here, just dusting that in my crease with a big fluffy brush. Now I'm going to take this shade right here on a slightly smaller brush and just putting that in my crease once again. And now I'm going to take a little bit of this shade on that same brush, just kind of building up the colors in the crease. And now I want to go ahead and kind of cut my crease, so I'm going to use the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot on a little tiny brush and just kind of carve it out. Okay, I changed my mind. That color was too dark, so instead I'm going to kind of just pat that out and use the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Light 1. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and blend those edges out with just a little bit of this shade right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here and just pack it on my entire eyelid. I'm going to blend out the edges with whatever is left on one of my blending brushes. Just softly blend out the edges. And because I do want a little more definition in the crease, I'm going to wet a very tiny brush and take some more of this shade right here and just sort of dust the edge of that to offer a little more definition to the look. And blend that line out before it sets completely. And now I'm going to line just my top lash line. I'm not going to do a wing or anything because my eye shape looks really weird with wings on it, but I do want my lash line to be a little darker. Duh. So I'm going to go ahead and use the NYC liquid liner in black. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, just applying that to my top lashes. And I am going to be doing false lashes at the end, but I like to do them after my face makeup, or else I feel like I just get translucent powder all over them and then they just look crusty and gross. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the face. So my skin has been super dry lately, and I just exfoliated it and did a mask, and I look horrible. I picked out literally every little thing that was on my skin. Disgusting. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of the Ordinary, this is the squalene oil, a few drops of that just all over my face to hydrate. After that, I'm using the Smashbox Primer Water. Now I'm going to go ahead and spot conceal with some Bye Bye Under Eye in Light. Alrighty, so even though it's not completely blended out, I'm going to finish blending it out with foundation. For that, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110 Porcelain. That's the lightest one. And I'm going to mix some of the L'Oreal Lumi Glow Drops in the shade Daybreak. Okay, under my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of the Neutralizer shade from the Age Rewind Concealers from Maybelline. Now I'm going to take some of the same concealer in the shade Fair. And because it is obviously still way too dark for me, I'm going to go ahead and take some more of the Kat Von D concealer in the shade L1. Put some of the Kat Von D concealer right in the inner corner of my eye area, and I'm just tapping that out a little bit. It will help to really brighten up the area and clean up any eyeshadow that got there. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using Shape Tape in Fair Neutral. And I'm going to be adding in a little bit of the Kat Von D concealer in this one too, because I am very pale, and like this is still too dark for me, and it's like, I don't know, they don't have shade numbers on it, but I think it's like the second lightest shade. Putting a little more of the Kat Von D concealer right on the bridge of my nose, just because the previous color was not light enough to super highlight me. So I want to add just a little more to the areas in the center of my face to give myself a little more dimension. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some of the Wet n Wild Hello Halo liquid highlighter in the shade Halo Goodbye, and I'm going to put that directly onto my sponge and then just put it on the high points of my face. Okay, that literally took away all the product on my nose for some reason. This happens a lot to me. Makeup does not like to stick onto my nose. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it just doesn't work. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the Kat Von D concealer and just kind of erase the mistakes I've made. For cream contour, I'm going to use the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit in Light, and I'm using the shade right here, which is Fawn. I would say I'm just gonna give up blending creams on top of my nose, but this happens with powders too. What am I doing wrong? I hate this. It doesn't happen on the rest of my face. Just my nose. I just found this pair of fake eyelashes inside my translucent powder lid. The lid was on the translucent powder, and now they're dusty and unusable. I'm going to go ahead and set the under eyes using the RCMA No Color Powder. Setting just the center of my face. And I like to kind of bake around my nose contour a little, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm not going to set the rest of the face just because sometimes I don't feel like it. So I'm just going to jump straight into the rest of my contour using the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. I'm using the shade in the middle as contour. And now I'm going to bronze a little bit using the MAC Studio Sculpt Defining Bronzing Powder. This is in a limited edition summer shade called Delicates, but I'm pretty sure they still have these powders in different shades, so I would go ahead and get one if you could. Yeah. For blush, I'm using Snapdragon from Becca. And now I'm going to dust away this mess. I'm going to go ahead and highlight with the LA Girl Strobing Powder in the shade 120 Watt. I'm going to use the same highlight for under my brow bone. And to start off my lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and take this color right here and smoke it out under the entire lash line. And now I'm going to take this other pink shade and just put it a little closer to my lash line. I'm going to go ahead and set the face before I do lower lash mascara to keep the mascara from like smudging all over the place. And I'm going to go ahead and use MAC Fix Plus. While that's drying, I'm going to do lashes. I'm using Ardell Demi Wispies. My mascara didn't smear, but my liner sure did. Got one eyelash on, so I'm going to do lower lash mascara for that one using the same L'Oreal mascara as before. So I officially hate that mascara for my lower lashes. They looked terrible until I went through them with a spoolie. It smudged under this entire part of my eye. I hate it. I hate it. I'm going to go ahead and do lips. And for my lipstick, I'm using one of the Milani lipsticks in the shade 14 Rose Hip. And now I'm using the e.l.f. Plumping Lip Gloss in Champagne Glam. I cannot remember the last time I went through an entire tube of lip gloss, but I am so close to finishing this one. Like, it's almost out and it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. I love it. Alrighty, and that is all for this video. If you liked this video, then like this video and comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight with the LA Girl Strobing Powder. I cannot fucking talk.